So next we have Ric Allendorf. I'm having trouble finding. Oh yeah, here he is.
Hello. Hey, Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I did change some knobs from today, so I'm hoping everything's still
Oh, you're fired then.
How's that coming through? Okay.
Sounds good.
Effects. I get to turn the effects on. So I'm not typically just as a disclaimer. I'm not typically an electric player. But my tailor is all the way across the country in California getting a new neck, so I thought I'd get to know this puppy here. So I'll be using this for my set. Thanks for having me, Peter. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start out with, I always call this my newest song, but I realized that I probably wrote it in like late 2017, so that doesn't really bode well for my my writing. But it's my new, of the 5 or 6 I'm playing, it's my newest one. It's called Room for a Song. Found a slip of paper covered in complaints that I never had the nerve to say. Sentences trapped in bitterness and pain, held down by the lines on the page. I was ashamed and afraid, so far from home. The distance was too difficult to bear. Every word I thought so important left my pen and withered in the air. I'm speaking half as much, listening for love twice as long, letting go of all my petty words, making room for a song. I found all the photos you posted last night, dripping leaves of autumn gold, a shoreline walk, black and white, and an osprey nest frosted and cold. All these pictures once lived inside my mind, verses written in the sand. How I took for granted as they washed away that I'd ever hear your voice again. Now I'm speaking half as much, listening for love twice as long, letting go of all my petty words, making room for a song. Still wander my neighborhood, sometimes when I'm alone at night. They hum through the trees like a morning train, mostly they stay out of sight. On highways of conversation laid bare by a lamplight of longing gone astray. Will my shadow ever reach across the road? Will the distance finally fall away? Now I'm speaking half as much, listening for love twice as long, letting go of all my petty words, making room for a song. Yeah, I'm speaking half as much, listening for love twice as long, letting go of all my petty words, making room for a song. was a word so fatal it could shatter all I've come to understand. Another word so gentle and small, but it might already be here in my hands.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Well, I did the one thing. I have a note here: FX mute and unmute. I didn't unmute the mute on the vocal, so you didn't hear all of my echo.
It's fine.
I get one song to mess up, right? All right. Let's see here. The next song I'm going to play is back in 2017 or 2016-17. I recorded my debut CD, and this is the song, the title track from that CD. And I just ordered. I know it's sort of becoming like, do you even spend money on these things? But I just ordered a box of reprints on the CD. So if anyone's interested after this set, you can let me know, and I'll tell you how to get the CD. How's the balance on the voice and the guitar? Everything okay there?
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
This is called Take It All In. I usually play this with no capo, but I'm gonna play it way up here tonight just to try something different. Opened up like a canyon in front of me. Trail is blocked by a rock slide of memory. Now I'm cautiously stepping through photos at the edge of my bed. Caught up in a river of tears that we never shed. Now I'm still trying to take this all in. Still trying to take it all in. You've made a fist and you took it on the chin. Still tried to take it all in. In the nights when I was lost, you were all around. I was waiting for the dust to clear, fall to the ground. Made a home in the mystery and the unrehearsed. The waves roll in so warm on the shore of my thirst. Now I'm still trying to take this all in. Still trying to take it all in. Till the truth of my heart is measured by lose the wind. I'm still trying to take it all in. it all in. And I'm standing on a road, you showed me where to begin. You showed me how to take it all in. Till the truth of my heart isn't measured by blues or wind. Still trying to take it all. Just gotta take it all. Gotta open my heart and just take it all in. Take it all in. Thank you so much. Thanks. I appreciate that. Well, I got to figure out. I was really impressed with all of the folks that.
I'll charge at it. They wait for it, right?
What is that now? I was so impressed with all the performers that came before me. I mean, heavy hitters, my friends. And I'm really looking forward to hearing the rest of you as well. So I'm trying to think. I might change my set here. I have a little list written up. One second, if I get this in tune. All right, let's try that. Actually, no, I think I'll stick with my list. So about, let's see, I think it was about 2016, 2015, I attended the Cape Cod Songwriters Retreat, and it was really wonderful. I'm actually signed up to go back in January if everything turns out to be okay to do that in person. I'm really looking forward to that. But I had the experience of the first song that I ever wrote from a prompt pulled out of a bucket. And as my old intro goes, usually my songs are going into a bucket. So this is the first time I got a song back out of the bucket. And this was put out on a table by Sloan Wainwright. And she was prompting us to write a song for this morning class that she had. So I pulled out the phrase open book. And I ran up to my room, I skipped breakfast, and I started writing, and I brought her half a song. And then she loved it and said, I would like you to finish that by the end of the day. So this is the first song I've ever written in a day. Because when somebody like Sloan Wainwright tells you to write a song by the end of the day, you go and you do it. So this is Open Book. 1 second. Mute. Okay. You're an open book with some pages torn, stitched onto a spine so gently worn. Hands that hold the binding that once shuddered, closed and shook, invite me in like an open book. Never have to read between the lines. The story's yours, yours is mine. Waiting patient on the dusty shelves of time. With all this love to find, given the choice to look, spilling from our hearts like an open book. lost my way, searching my pages for words to say. You offer up your poetry with the ease of a single look, guide me back like an open book. Never have to read between the lines. The story's yours, yours is mine. Waiting patient on the dusty shelves of time. With all this love defined, given the choice to look, spilling from our hearts like an open book. In all those years, kept the cover closed, so fearful of what might be exposed. I was blindly hoping, barely coping with these words unspoken, wanting to be open, to be open. Have to read between the lines. My story's yours and yours is mine, till we're placed up in the dusty shelves of time. With all this love to find, given the choice to look, spilling from our hearts like an open book, spilling from our hearts like an open book.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Well, this is such an honor. I have been to the Vanilla Bean in person. I mean, actually, you know, I ate lunch there. I have been there once in person, but I haven't been there to any music shows. And I do intend on getting out to that venue. And once we're all back. I'm learning this guitar. This guitar is very moody about all my little capo changes and my tuning changes. All right, so it goes without saying this last year was certainly difficult for many of us. Health crisis back in April, and then a month later we had to put down a cat that we'd had for probably about 9 or 10 years, I think, maybe actually a little longer than that. And I know some other folks that lost pets and lost their, you know, beloved cats. This is a song that I actually wrote for that cat that I was just speaking of. His sister that we had, I think sister in quotes, but sister that we had to put down a number of years ago. And I wrote this just as sort of a comfort type song. But it's about loss in general, I suppose. That's called Little Wren.
Little Wren under
my window, are you listening to me? You're hiding in the branches, I see the rustle in the leaves. Little Wren, I'm sorry, the song is so quiet today. But I lost a little friend, it's her time to drift away. And oh, if I could, I would invite you in, offer you sunflower seeds from a tin. Oh, I promise I won't ask you anything. I just want to hear you sing. Little Wren, do you remember when the sky was so clear? You're the same little Wren that nested in my flower box last year. You must have seen her by the curtains, watching you, still as a stone. If you see her now above the pine trees, can you send her back home? And oh, you look so busy gathering feathers, moss, and hay. Come to my window at the end of the day. Oh, I promise I won't ask you anything. I just want to hear you sing. Oh, little Wren. Oh, little Wren. Little Wren, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't hurt you at all. Her eyes were big, but her paws were very small. When you'd fly up and grab the screen, she would cackle and call. Little Wren, she was the sweetest little cat of them all. And I know if she were here, she would invite you in, offer you berries, nuts, and water from a tin. Oh, I promise you wouldn't have to fear anything. She just wanna hear you sing. Oh, little Wren. Oh, little Wren. Oh, little Wren, little Wren. Oh,
Beautiful.
So let's see. Yeah, this guitar is not liking my tuning changes. Well, it's great to see. It's great to see folks that I know in the Zoom here. I'm not sure who's watching on Facebook, but
There's a bunch of people watching on Facebook.
excellent. Oh, that's great.
It's good.
I have family. I have brothers, sisters, my wife in here.
I thought they were all Zoom bombers waiting to attack.
it's nice to see faces. This is actually, I'm kind of situated. I teach, or I was teaching 2 illustration classes at Mass Art remotely. So this is kind of like my teaching station. I got some, like my easel over here, and all my supplies are right over there. And it's kind of nice to see faces because I spent a whole semester, 2 classes, 5 hours each, seeing maybe about 2 of 15 students or so, maybe 3 if I was lucky on a good day. Kind of weird to teach art and over Zoom, and you can't even see faces, but let alone the art. Got through it. All right, I guess I'm playing all my kind of ballady things tonight. Actually, no, that's not true. I have one more song after this one. I think that will be a little more upbeat. But this is a song, I mean, we're starting to get into summer now, and I start to think about all vacations that I took as a child to Cape Cod. And we'd always go to Eastham and visit family there. One summer we actually went to Wellfleet. My dad, I guess, couldn't get a cottage in Eastham, so he bumped us over to Wellfleet, and we were just all up in arms about it. Can you imagine, like, being so upset about getting a cottage in Wellfleet instead of Eastham, one town away? But pretty quickly, my sister and I had found that right across the street were 2 playmates that were the same age as ours, and so for that whole week, we had like these built-in best friends, I guess you could say. And I think it was just a really interesting summer because I think this person that I met, she found a way to kind of pull me into situations like out in the marsh and stuff that I probably wouldn't have gone and done myself. I think I'm a little too I don't know, a little too land-bound or something. But I do remember going out into the marsh and digging up stuff and just having kind of like an experience where this was like this person's natural. They lived there all year long, so this was their natural setting, and it was really neat to interact with that and to kind of live through someone else's I guess experience that way. So this is a song about that person who I never really kind of seen again. Not to spoil. I guess it's not really a spoiler, and it's called "Changing Tide." She was a Wellfleet girl with golden skin, twisted hair full of salt and wind, playing under a footbridge as the marsh filled in, gathering mermaid purses and razor clam shells, her face reflected in the ocean swell. She floated my heart like a silent spell. We were making our way through the changing tide, my eyes full of wonder with her by my side. If I could turn back the morning, I'd surely have tried. Making our way through the changing tide. We were 16 years old, we'd walk for hours, fell asleep on the beach under a meteor shower. She talked about dreaming of city towers. September returned like summers before. I packed up my bag, she called me wash ashore. Then I crossed back over the Sagamore. I was making my way through the changing tide, the sun setting low and the salt marsh had dried. I can still see her turn without waving goodbye. Making our way through the changing tide. Now I go back, breathe in, warmed by the light of the places we've been. She must be more than a half a world away from here. And all these scallopers gathered like shells in a mound, they're moored to their bar stools by a longing they found. Their kids have all moved to the college towns, and I am walking these mud flats waiting for June. The winter's destroyed all those barrier dunes, but I've shored up my heart for the next love surge. I'm hoping there's a time and a place when our waters converge. But my heart has sung this refrain before. Last time she crossed over the Sagamore,
Beautiful.
Thanks a bunch. All right, another tuning leap here, and then I should be, that should be enough strain for this little guitar for one night.
So this is probably the last tune.
How am I doing on time? Am I?
Yeah, this one more.
Great. This will be a quickie. So I did mention the CD that I have, a debut CD that I released in 2018 called "Take It All In." And if you're interested in that, you can go to Bandcamp. What is it? Bandcamp.ricallendorf.com or ricallendorf.bandcamp.com. I have the link. I'll paste the link. Actually, do you have that link, Peter?
I can find it.
ricallendorf.bandcamp.com. And my website is just ricallendorf.com, and that is on hiatus at the moment. I'm kind of retooling it. But you can find me on Facebook, Ric Allendorf Music, or you can just friend me. I'm also on Instagram, all the places. So I'm going to close with a song that's, I think, probably appropriate for this point in the year. It was written for, it was written with the idea that there's this couple that have been cooped up in the house and have a lot of cabin fever and maybe some other things going on between them. And this is the first spring day, the first warm spring day where they can go out and take a drive and open the windows and maybe sort out some things. This is called Morning Drive. Thank you all again for attending and listening. Thanks for the great comments. I keep getting very distracted by the chat over there. Actually, I'm going to close that because I find reading that chat is very inviting and I'm very distractible. So thanks, Peter, for having me. Thank you, Vanilla Bean Cafe, and I hope to see you in person very soon. So this is Morning Drive. Roll your weary body out of bed. Pull your hair back, that shirt is fine. I poured your coffee, so come down the stairs. Shake the sleep off when we cross the state line. Waking sun, you by my side, dreaming out a lifetime on this morning drive. warming air makes us feel alive, escaping our defenses on this morning drive. Lay your burdens down outside the door. The ways we both felt compromised. Spend the day with me, the road, and not much more than the orange sun reflected on the driver's side. Remember the blowing snow on I-95, how the engine froze up like our lives. Well, today's the kind of day we went out looking for. Winter's over. Let's not apologize. The waking sun, you by my side, dreaming out a lifetime on this morning drive. The warming air makes us feel alive, escaping our defenses on this morning drive. Let's not worry about the way. It doesn't matter if we stop or where we're gonna stay. If you ever feel lost, I'm right here to say, just keep moving, and it will all be okay. The waking sun is shining in your eyes. You're the dream of a lifetime on this morning drive. The warming air makes you so alive, helps me escape my defenses on this morning drive. The waking sun, coffee by your side, ride beyond the fences on this morning drive. And the warming air makes us feel alive. We're gonna roll toward forgiveness on this morning drive. Yeah, morning drive. Yeah, morning drive.
Yeah.
I got to get a tremolo for my acoustic. I like that.
Need a real Bigsby.
What's that again?
What kind of guitar is it?
This is just a custom-built guitar that my brother had for many, many years, and he ended up giving it to me, and I kind of like refinished the surface and stuff. It used to-
Beautiful. Yeah, it sounds good, but it's pretty too.
yeah, and I've been kind of getting it fixed up here and there over the years. So yeah, thank you so much, Peter.
All right, thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.